Well, next we've got Greg Cassidy and his What's New in the World. Greg?
Thank you, Jim. I will go ahead and get this started. Hello, I'd like to welcome you to What's New, a monthly segment where manufacturers can spotlight their new products that are in development or being released. I'm always looking for new items, and suggestions are always welcome. First, a couple new books from Garbly Publishing. The Garbly Publishing Company is a small independent publisher of railroad history based in Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania. Since 2012, Garbly has specialized in short-run books for authors with unique or niche railroad topics, with over 15 titles currently in print. First is the Conrail Rainbow Years, Volume 3, Raritan Valley Line and North Jersey Coast Line commuter operations. This is to be released in mid-February, so it's just out. The third in a series of titles covering Conrail's first years of operation from 1976 to 1982, this book features more of the finest in early Conrail photography. The book covers Conrail's rainbow years during contracted commuter operations in New Jersey, when motive power and a variety of patched-out color schemes from New Jersey Department of Transportation and predecessor railroads operated along the Raritan Valley and North Jersey coastlines. A smattering of freshly painted NJ Dot locomotives, as well as other railroads' locomotives that were purchased to alleviate power shortages, added to the color palette. This book features over 140 full-color images of Conrail's unique rainbow years. It has an MSRP of $45 and 90 pages. Next is the Pinsley Railroad Company. This is to be released in mid-May. Since its formation in 1938, the Pinsley Railroad Company has been one of the most well-known owners and operators of short-line and regional railroads in the eastern United States. From the plethora of New England roads acquired and operated in the 1950s and 60s to the 1980s and 90s operations in the Southeast, Sam Pinsley's railroad empire grew to cover 14 different railroads in 8 states. Familiar railroads that bore the famous Pinsley red, yellow, black paint scheme like the Claremont and Concord, St. Johnsburg and Lamoille County, Arkansas Midland, and Florida Central are all featured in this book. Now owned and operated by the third generation of the Pinsley family line, the Pinsley Railroad Company still exists today, operating the Pioneer Valley Railroad in Massachusetts. This book, comprising nearly a decade of work and research by both authors, is the authorized history of the company produced with the cooperation of the Pinsley Railroad Company. It covers the history and operations of all 14 Pinsley railroads from 1938 to present, complete with maps and never-before-published black and white and color photography. It has an MSRP of $70 and over 200 pages. As specialists in the railroad marketing and advertising field, the Garbly Publishing Company also offers a number of graphic design and web design services for nonprofits and for-profits alike, as well as photographic restoration and digital retouching for both companies and individuals. You can visit their website at garblypublishing.com or email them at sales@garblypublishing.com. Next is Arrowhead Models. At Arrowhead Models, we view our work as an act of preservation. The Arrowhead brand is crafted to be reminiscent of the storied place railroads have in American history. Presenting the Greenville 2494 Railgun Gondola. Here we have the GONX as delivered Greenville Railgun Gondola and the GONX as delivered with white interior Greenville Railgun Gondola. About the model, it has 199 parts. Arrowhead says we have reason to believe that this is more parts than any HO scale freight car or caboose to date. And as for the comprehensive paint scheme fidelity, we have done something that, although conceptually simple, is quite difficult to pull off. For as-delivered cars, Arrowhead Models has created artwork that accurately matches the lightweight and load limit data on a per-road number basis. This is a market first, and it represents the highest benchmark for artwork accuracy. What does this mean? The convention is to create a single design file for as-delivered paint schemes, and then assign to that file multiple road numbers. The road numbers change, everything else stays the same. The issue is that if the only thing that changes across the different road numbers is just the road number itself, then the artwork is not truly accurate on a per road number basis. The reason is that the values for the tear weight vary with the road number. When construction is complete, each individual car is weighed and the appropriate light weight and load limit data is assigned one by one, car by car, because they are all different. This is what we mean when we say comprehensive paint scheme fidelity. All data is correct for all the cars on a per road number basis. Again, a market first. Additional features: 81 wire parts per car, including grab irons, pull loops, tie downs, coupler cut bars, and many more. 34 etched brass parts per car, including side sheets, floor, end stiffener plates, and more. Brass side sheets on our gondola. Finally, deform and weather without the nonsense of welding a soldering iron and melting plastic. Accurate cross sections for I-beam and C-channel cross members, all of which are separately applied. Code 88 fine scale CNC machine wheel sets and metal axles. Brass formed mounting brackets for the air reservoir, ABD valve, brake cylinder, and guide pulleys. Full top cord detail including wind drop block 16-13 tie downs and properly spaced and appropriately dimensioned fastener holes. 5-piece Classing 1500 handbrake with separate brake housing, mounting plate, brake wheel, release lever, and chain. Scale draft box and details including key, shank, and full bolt detail, and KD number 156 whisper couplers. Arrowhead Models creates fine-scale replicas of model railroad products. See their products at arrowheadmodels.com or contact Blaine Hadfield at contact@arrowheadmodels.com. Next is Lambert Locomotive Works. From Lambert Locomotive Works comes their next ON30 Critter. Lambert Locomotive Works is proud to announce that the first batch of our next ON30 Critter, the Type W1, is now available. Each kit comes with all parts to make a running DC locomotive, including the mechanism. You just supply the paint, glue, and tools. The kits are $124.90 plus shipping. The part number for this kit is LLW LWP16A2. It is ON30 with a length of 2.6 inches, a width of 1.3 inches, and a height of 1.6 inches. This shows the kit's contents. Some serious gratitude is owed to Al Judy for his work on the Type W1 prototype that was sent to him. Suffice to say, the resulting build looks magnificent. These are Al's photos. Started in late 2017, it has been Dylan Lambert's goal to bring conversion kits back into the ON30 market. Many manufacturers have retired and left the field, leaving a lack of supply where there is still demand. He intends to help fill that demand. Dylan says, "The only thing I'll add is to have people check with me to ensure we have the W1 in stock." Visit lambertlocomotiveworks.com or contact Dylan at lambertlocomotiveworks@gmail.com. Last, we have Carolina Craftsman Kits. Carolina Craftsman Kits will be offering the Western Maryland Railway, York, Pennsylvania passenger station. So here's some progress on an impressive project Stephen Milley at Railscale Models and the entire staff of artists and tacticians at CCK are working on. The Western Maryland passenger station in York, built in 1896. Steve has spent lots of time designing it to be prototypical yet buildable by most. A few tweaks and this old girl is ready for production. Get your orders in now for pre-sale pricing. Shipping approximately March 10th. Go to carolinacraftsmankits.com. And if you like modeling York, Pennsylvania, Jeff has a teaser in his Coming Soon section. That's what's new for the month of February. I'm always looking for new products to spotlight. If you or someone you know has a new release, contact me at gcassidy2@verizon.net. Thank you. Okay, that's everything about what's new for February.